Peace, 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 Grand Rising. Good morning. How are you? Hope all is well on this Thursday, okay? Day 19 of a 60-day journey to healing, transformation, and self-discovery. All right, we are getting through this. We're about to be finished phase 2 of this process of 6 different phases that we're going to have to go through as a part of this initiation into our hero's journey to be the greatest that we can possibly be. There are going to be some days that are going to be tougher than others. Some days you're going to sit on the edge of the bed and cry because you're forced to relive a memory. Some days you're going to smile. Some days you're going to be like, you know what, I can't deal with this today. I'll have to get back to that tomorrow because it's too triggering of something. And so, but that's what this is about. You know, I keep telling people the hero has to go through some ish, bro. You got to go through some real challenges. You got to go through some moments that don't seem like you are going to make it. You're going to have to go through near-death experiences. You're going to have to go through your health being at jeopardy. You're going to have to go through losing a loved one sometime. You're going to have to go through ending a relationship that you thought would last forever. You're going to have to go through going through a new job, even though you didn't want to, but you feel that the value that you brought was not being appreciated. You're going to have to go through losing some friends that you thought would be there for you forever, but you realize y'all didn't have nothing in common once you raised your vibration up to another level, or you stopped drinking or partying or gambling, and you realize the only thing y'all had in common was those vices. Yes, you're gonna have to go through some stuff, all right? But what I'm guaranteeing is on the other end of it, you are gonna feel amazing. You know, you have a team with you that is going through this with you. And you see some of the comments in the comment section of people who feel the same way. And on Saturdays, for members, we get to come in and put a digital hug around each other and digitally hold each other's hand and build with each other and learn from each other. And if you are not already a member, go to urbanx.nyc, become a member. It's only $20 a month. You can cancel at any time. Hell, you can take the challenge, and after the challenge, if you don't feel that there's other value in the membership, cancel it. Nothing personal, strictly business. But we're hoping that we here at Urban X TV can offer you something of value that stays with you, you know, through our podcast, our popcast, our interviews, our challenges, and all the other things that we do here. You know what I'm saying? And so today, Day 19, the affirmation, the word of the day, the mission at hand is feeling invisible. All right? Feeling invisible, like the people that, and you can only, to me, in my humble opinion, feel invisible to the people that you want to see you the most. All right? Loved ones, a boss, a friend. And if they make you feel invisible, like you are a non-player character in their existence, how does that make you feel? You know what I'm saying? As a little child, if you grew up in a big family of children, did you feel invisible? Like your needs weren't being met? In a classroom sometime of 40 children and there's only one teacher, do you feel invisible? Does the teacher recognize your efforts? And so today, we're gonna be dealing with what it feels like to feel invisible, all right? Being unseen hurts worse than being rejected, all right? Being unseen hurts worse than feeling rejected. Rejected, at least if you're honest, you can say, well, maybe I wasn't his type, her type, or maybe I wasn't qualified for that job as much as I thought I would. Let me get back to the drawing board. But when you feel like I don't even see you, I'm looking past you, that can hurt. All right? Right about a time you felt invisible. We've all had a moment in our lives that we felt that, wow, this person doesn't even see me. This person doesn't even acknowledge me. This person doesn't even, and that's important, whether it's domestically or occupationally. You know what I mean? And so your hero's note is going to be, I am seen. I am worthy of being noticed, right? So you're not saying you're worthy of a whole bunch, just being noticed. Know that I'm here. Know that I'm doing these things for you. Knowing that my presence is felt or should be felt. When did you first feel unseen or unheard? Like I said, was it as a child? Was it as a young adult? Is it still going on in your life now? I kind of felt that way driving a bus for transit for years. You're just a number. You come, you pick up your transfer, your assignment, and you go. You are strictly a number. There are thousands of buses coming. I appreciated it in the sense that I didn't have a boss over my shoulder every single minute telling me what to do. But when your needs needed to be addressed as a worker, they didn't say, well, what's your name per se, and what's your peg number? What's your ID number? What's your badge number? You were simply a number. And in a system of so many thousand transit workers, I can see why. And so some people live in a world where no one sees them. They don't even have a partner, a companion. They're saying, man, I look good, I feel good. How come nobody sees me? Maybe you need to see yourself first. This is always going to boil back to self. And how do you see yourself, which is important? How have you tried to get attention or validation since then? Have you empowered yourself to be seen? Have you, when you walk into a room, how do you make your presence felt? Is it a firm handshake? Is it the eye contact? Is it just the swag that you have? When I walk into this room, you're going to know that I'm here, right? And that's your auric field. That's that unseen energy. When they say it's just something about him or her, I'm vibing, all right? And those are things you have to work on with self that gets you through those points. What would it look like to fully see yourself first, right? To fully see yourself first. So when I'm getting dressed in the morning, I feel confident about today. I feel like I am somebody. As Jesse Jackson would say, I am somebody, right? And if you truly feel that, then the world has no choice but to adhere to those demands and those, that you put on yourself, that those commands that you command of yourself. All right? You no longer need to shrink to be accepted. You were never invisible. You were simply surrounded by people who couldn't see your light. All right? And that may happen too. I spoke on my podcast recently about being in a dimension and people around you can't see you because they operate in another dimension. They're physically here, so to speak, but where their mindset, spirituality, and understanding of reality is could be somewhere else. And so you remain unseen or a non-player character in their existence here, but in another existence, you are the popular one. This is a unique thing that we are involved with called life when we understand that we exist in multiple dimensions. Yes? Yes. False beliefs are inherited. Yep. All right, so being unseen hurts worse than being rejected. We spoke about that. There are few pains deeper than invisibility. To be in a room and feel unseen, unheard, unacknowledged, it quietly teaches you to shrink. All right? But being unseen was never a reflection of your worth. It was a reflection of others' blindness. It ain't their fault. I mean, it ain't your fault. It's their fault you don't see this light I'm carrying around. You are glowing the whole time. Today, you're going to write about a moment when you felt invisible, and then write how you wish someone had seen you. You know what I mean? Growing up, you always wanted that pretty girl to see you, and she didn't see you. She saw those popular kids who had the fancy clothes on, and, you know, whatever you do. Yeah, and that's why I became a comedian in school and was a class clown, because I wanted to be seen and heard. And if I can make you laugh, at minimum you saw and you heard me. And that's what made me want to be a rapper in high school and beat on the lunch tables, because it drew attention. Now the pretty girls are looking at me. You know what I mean? And so we all have those moments, you know, where we want to be seen, and, you know, what we need to do to change that, right? So today, write about the moment you felt invisible, and that write about how you wish someone had seen you. Now become the witness for yourself. You can choose to see you, to validate, to celebrate, to honor. Your visibility starts with your own gaze. Amen. Ashe. With your own gaze. All right? You were never invisible. You were simply surrounded by people who couldn't see your light. You see it now, and that, my friend, changes everything. So you are somebody. You are a light. All right? But if you don't truly feel it and see it within self, why should I? If you don't respect yourself, really, why should I? Okay? And so we're dealing with self. All of this is about self-improvement, self-healing, self-transformation, self-discovery, as we say, right? And the last thing I'll say is, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? Who can you extend grace to? And with that being said, I want you to live, learn, laugh, love. I truly and honestly love you, and I hope you love yourself. I can't wait until tomorrow. We can get this thing going before we embark on phase 3. Peace.